What's up, everybody? It's your boy Heems, and I got another topic to talk about with you guys. And it's one that, hold on one second, guys. You're not focus. And it's one topic that I've actually heard before, actually experienced myself, and that's fear. Everybody deals with different types or different levels of fear. It can come from the highest extreme to just something small or medium. But honestly, fear is something that everybody relates to, that everybody experiences on different levels, depending on the situation and depending on what it is. There's like the old saying that goes, fight or flight. If you're in an actual physical situation where you can actually be harmed or whatever, you'll experience that emotion or feeling just to let you know, hey, things are going on, like, I'm in danger. And then you have to act accordingly to protect yourself or to get yourself to safety. The fear that I'm talking about is something that we deal with on maybe even on a smaller level, and that's on a day-to-day basis when it comes to tackling your goals, tackling your dreams, just even getting started, on a goal. A lot of people, and including myself, I'm no different. We all get nervous. We all experience a sense of fear. And sometimes there's two types of fears that sometimes we experience and maybe we're not looking at. There's the fear of failure, but then there's the fear of success, because sometimes it's hard to grasp within our own minds of our own capabilities and what we're, our potential and what we're able to do. And so we tend to, sometimes shortchange ourselves. There's nothing wrong being humble, and let me put that out there. There's nothing wrong with humbling yourself, because humility, that is the best, that's a good mediator to help you, so that way you're not, letting your ego take over, because people who have an ego, they don't last, and usually they crash and burn because they don't feel like they have limitations. They don't feel like anything is wrong, or they can say and do whatever. And the worst thing is when you have an ego and it's so deep, or it's so there, it's so grained, it's like you don't even see anything. It's like you're numb to everything. You don't even see that you're actually in a room full of problems, or you don't see the things that you do to people hurt them. So there is that, kind of a humility, and try to avoid, and if you could be, humble, definitely be humble. But the fear I talk about sometimes too is the fear that limits us, from really doing something good, really doing something that could be amazing for ourselves. It could be starting a business. It could even just be, relationship goals, exercise goals, anything, art, you name it, or going to school, going to college. And a lot of people are nervous, or a lot of people are afraid, like, as if, what will happen if I do this? What will people think of me? For one, the only thing that's going to happen is that you actually are doing what you set out to do. That's the main thing. And the moment you do something, basically doing the minimum, you're already there. The fact that you already thought about it, you're already there. As far as people goes, well, what will people think? You have to disregard that, because if you let that be a fear factor to you, then that's going to limit you from doing a lot of things. And the reality is, you can't afford to be a people pleaser to anybody, family, friends, associates, you name it. You can't afford to be a people pleaser, because people will always have a certain perception of you, of what they expect of you, of what they want you to do, or what they think you should do. And in some cases, they may be right, but even saying that, you have the right, or you deserve the right, to figure out for yourself what it is that you want, and if it's right for you, and if this was actually the path that was for you. That's why you're living. If they want to do something, then let them do it. But more importantly, don't let the fear of yourself keep you from doing what you need to do, and honestly push through that fear, push through those doubts and those worries, because it's basically like you're going through each stage and you're, pushing that limit, you're knocking that limit off, whatever that was. And each time you actually impress yourself more, and you start to look back and be like, wow, I did that. I didn't know I could do that. Or damn, I actually did this today. Like, I wonder what, and then, and take it in stride, like, well, I'm doing this. Well, what else can I do? As more time you put into it, the better you're going to be. And does fear ever truly go away for some? Maybe it does, but for a lot of people, no. It's a constant gauger, and that's part of a natural, human emotion that we all experience from time to time, from real-based situations or even just something that's new. But if you can, especially with situations that are, nothing to that involves your life so much, like a life or death situation, but just for life and living, just make sure that you are pushing and trying to push past it to see what you can do, because at the end of the day, you may be surprised that once you get past that horizon, how beautiful everything may become. But with that being said, everybody, I love you. Stay tuned for more content. Peace.